We're on.
Please start. Pledge allegiance. The pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. It is November 12th, 2025 Board of Education meeting. Thank you for all coming. This is we're under a new system for the board this time. We have this owl machine called Hoop, and it will look around the whole room because you talk, you'll see yourself over there. So it works pretty good, and we'd like it. So anyway, I have a motion to approve the agenda. I know that we have an amendment.
We do, yeah. We need to add a vote on
Transfer of funds
transfer of funds.
under Director of Finance.
Yes, please.
So under staff report A, the vote on.
Transfer of funds for completed projects.
Make a motion to approve the agenda with the change of adding, B, vote for. Transfer of funds.
The second. Any comments, all in favor?
Aye.
The motion as amended is approved. We have a series of presentations. The first is from our Cognition Regional High School student presentation. And if you could come up.
They asked that I introduce them just
Yes.
because this is a new setup and they're all nervous. Tonight I have four board reporters. This is our fall board report to you guys about the goings on at the high school. I have our seniors, Jenny Zackley, Kaylin Connell. I was getting it wrong, sorry. And then we have our sophomores, Taryn and Jacob, who will also be reporting tonight. We had to recruit some sophomores because it seems that our seniors and juniors are very busy. Some of them actually did the grown-up thing and said no, instead of spreading themselves too thin. So we're gonna start tonight, what did I say, with sports, right? Yep. Kaylin and Jack. Jenny, Jackie. Do you call you Jackie Madison? Just me.
Jenny, we're not gonna ask you to sing. This starts back up. You did it twice the other day.
All right, so we're going to start with the cross-country girls team. At the Shoreline Conference Championship, Emilia Richard finished in top 30th with Jane Waterman, Ryan Solis, and Sarah O'Rourke finishing just behind her. And then for the cross-country boys team, at their Shoreline Conference Championship, Andrew McDowell finished in 21st, followed by James Overton, Chase Lisak to round out the top 30. Great job, Blue Devils. Class S state championship, the boys team had a top 25 finisher, Andrew McDowell with James Overton and Chase Lisak in the next two Blue Devils to cross the finish line. And then the girls, Jane Waterman finished in the top 40 with Ryan Solis and Sarah Borg just behind her. The cross country teams hosted their first pink event supporting breast cancer awareness at their home meet Going to the Sun. Now for girls volleyball, while it was not the season we wanted to end with, the three seniors, including myself, worked to build a positive culture on the team and rebuilding for the future. The team once again hosted a successful Dig Pink game on October 2nd and donated over $1,700 to breast cancer awareness.
For the soccer teams, girls soccer had a very strong season. We finished 8-7-2 in the Class S tournament and qualified for Shorelines and States. We competed in the quarterfinals of Shorelines in the first round of States. We unfortunately lost those games, but they were very, very tough and both went to overtime, and we lost in PK shootouts, but they were great games. We were seeded as 14th in the Class S CIAC tournament, and we hosted the 19th seed Stafford High School here Friday, October 31st. The outcome was not as strong as last year's showing, but we fought super hard and passionately. Had a great season. Boys soccer was seeded 26th in the Class S CISC tournament. The boys soccer team traveled to the number 7 seeded Morgan on Friday, October 31st, where they competed in their states game. The boys team finished 6-9-2 in the Class S, and their fundraisers included a car wash, mums, flowers, coupons, books, and a Carmine's night, which was conjoined with the girls. Also, something that was very successful for both the boys and girls soccer teams was the teacher appreciation game, where teachers were asked to come and represent a player who they value, and by wearing their number to the game of the players.
Moving on to boys football. So they're currently 2-5 in their fall 2025 season with 3 games remaining. Their next game is Friday, November 14th at 6:30 p.m. with the football and cheer senior game on Wednesday, November 26th at 6 p.m.
The cheerleading team has supported the football team at all their games this year and have worked really hard on their halftime performance. Captains Taya DiPietro, Scotland Forbush, and Talia Rojas helped the team execute new stunts and new cheer routines. Coming up, we have our powder puff game. The seniors are looking forward to beating the pants off the juniors at the upcoming powder puff, and that will be on Tuesday, November 25th at 2:30. We hope to see you there. That's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taryn Adams. I'm a sophomore and I'm here to recap the music department's events that have gone on here in the first couple months of school, as well as share some of the upcoming events. Band and chorus had their first full concert on October 21st. The music department and Pops also organized a craft fair, which was held this past Saturday on November 8th. There was also the Shoreline Music Festival that 13 of our CRHS students participated in. This was a 2-day event that had a full band and chorus made up of students from all the Shoreline schools. In the past week or so, this current week, select musicians from band and chorus have performed at Veterans Day assemblies in the district as well as in the community to honor and thank those who have served. There is a show choir, a cappella, and jazz band concert tomorrow at 7 p.m. Musical auditions for The Little Mermaid start next week. Performances are March 26th, 27th, and 28th. There's also the Thanksgiving football game on Wednesday the 26th. Mr. Fisher, the band director, and the pep band will be in attendance to provide the crowd and team with energy. The holiday concert is scheduled for December 16th. This is personally my favorite concert of the year, and I invite you all to come out and support our musicians and enjoy some holiday songs. Hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Cog had an eventful start to the year, beginning with Cog Carnival, which was enjoyed by everyone who attended. The seniors had their annual senior sunrise at the beginning of the school year, and homecoming was a massive success, which was put on by the junior class. DECA hosted their annual golf tournament, which ended up being a success as usual. And this was the first year that students organized a Meet the Candidates night, so citizens of Durham could meet their prospective Board of Education candidates. The 8th grade class visited Cog and Chog for CogCon. They learned about many extracurriculars at the high school. Prior to CogCon, students took the PSATs. Last week, the National Honor Society inducted over 20 students into the CRHS chapter. And earlier this week, we had a Veterans Day Assembly to honor the men and women who served for our country, organized by DECA. DECA is also organizing a community roundup this Saturday. Powder Puff and the pep rally are coming up next week before Thanksgiving break. We're looking forward to hosting even more events throughout the school year.
And did you go today, Jacob?
Oh, we went to the Junior Achievement Stock Market Challenge, and one of the teams from Cognition got first place. And the members of the team were Ben Albanese, Braden Manone, Josh Paternicky, Jonathan Moorhead, and Lucas Gululi.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. And
Oh, Jacob Almodovar.
okay, thank you.
What place did your team come in?
We came in 19th place out of the 71 teams.
Great.
Well done. Great job.
Yeah.
Any of you have anything you want to ask us? Sure.
I was appreciative of being part of the NHS induction ceremony, and Jenny, I know you did a lot to arrange that, so thank you. It was a really great night.
It was a good ceremony. And for those that didn't know, that she sang the national anthem at the Veterans Day, Brewster and at the Town Green. Anywhere else?
No, that's it for that day.
So beautiful.
While we mentioned the community roundup, is that held here now? It's not like in the community, so people can come here and drop off kind of.
So it's changed, yeah, they come, it's a drop off,
Yeah.
only, and our volunteers are here to take and sort and deliver to.
That's this Saturday.
That's a Saturday from
9 to 12.
9 to 12.
Great, thank you.
I always look at them, you know.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda. Sue?
Escape, save yourself. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is we're excited to share, I'll just hold this up for people and we'll pass it around. We're excited to share that, memorial last year for the 24-25 accountability measures for the state of Connecticut from the Department of Education was noted as a school of distinction. And we're noted on the state list. If you want to take a look, it's just a really great honor and we're being recognized for high growth in our high need students in English language arts. So I wanted to make sure that we congratulate everybody at Memorial who made that happen and especially Mrs. Keene and Mrs. Durkin. So thank you very much. It's a really great step forward in all of the hard work that everybody's doing.
It's great.
Well, the high needs population that encompasses our special ed plus
Mhm.
another population within it as well, doesn't it?
ML and brain reduced.
That's what I thought. I was trying to figure the phrase.
While we're talking about that, I know that Katie was at Harvard, was selected to go as part of what?
Sure, so I was selected as one of 10 administrators from the Connecticut Public Schools. They were specifically chosen principals and assistant principals from all levels across Connecticut. A lot of the colleagues that I went with are the previous principals and assistant principals of the year. So I felt especially humbled and honored to have been selected. And the 10 of us went up with a lot of the leaders from the Connecticut Associations of Schools for the Day of Learning at Harvard that was run by Dr. Miguel Cardona and his wife as well. It was really, really incredible. We got a private tour of Harvard. I've never been before, so obviously got the swag while I was there. You have to, you know.
They
we
didn't
had-
give you the sweatshirt?
What'd you say?
They didn't give you the?
No, we
sweatshirt?
got a lot of cast gear though,
Okay.
which was nice, because I didn't own any cast gear before this. We got a private tour of Harvard, we had lunch in the dining hall with some of their students, which was nice just to get to interact with students who are majoring in law, politics, and education. Then there was a presentation by Dr. Cardona, as well as the Chancellor of the New York City Public Schools, with just a lot of really solid messaging that resonated with me about unified mission, how educational leaders are facing a lot, but we need to be the face of change, the face of really providing the fact that better days are to come in education and across America. And then after that, it was a 2-hour PD where the administrators, the cast leaders, and then handfuls of Harvard students discussed just challenges in our profession. And basically it was a roundtable brainstorming session of how do we make positive, impactful change in educational leadership over the next several years. So we were told by CAS that this is one of many opportunities coming forward. And again, just the fact that I was selected as one of 10 was really, really meaningful, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yes, I'll take the next one too.
Okay.
And everybody's gonna be particularly excited about this next recognition. Every year CABE honors board members with at least 10 or more years of service. We are very excited to honor Bob Moore. He has completed 10 years of service on the school board. And we thought that we would honor him with something that he's been talking about for a long time, which is the uncomfortable seats at the board meeting. So these seat cushions for all of you, not just for Bob, are in honor of all of the hard work that you do as board members.
I'm not touching it. You can give both of mine to Linda.
Yes, please. Oh, I'll be tall.
So have to use them.
That's too tall.
There's
Come on.
strategic blue I know as well.
Yep, he's doing it.
Not bad. That's
They
not
won't
bad.
slide
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks.
Way to contribute, Bob.
Thank you for your 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, can we like have our names on them so that, cause I don't wanna sit on John's next. You know what I'm saying?
You can sharpen your.
These are gonna stay in the liner.
Oh, sure.
Initials.
Hmm.
Everybody wants such a-
If you insist.
Right? Nice. That's right.
All right, I'm willing to give mine up.
Yeah.
Deb, you want mine?
I'm good, John. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Harvard, you want one? Harvard?
I'm okay, thank you.
I like it.
They are very nice. I'm just saying, I like it.
Very nice. This is gonna be a whole new board meeting world.
I can't wait for budget season. Said no one ever.
Well, now, because you know this cushion will be waiting for
That's
you.
right.
With that company, you can add a couple more.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kate. Thank you very much. And the next item is recognition of outgoing board members, and we have two that we're pretty sad about. But the first one is Lindsay Valheimer, and Lucy will read something.
Stand up and make.
Yes, it is a great loss. Regional School District 13 Board of Education, Durham and Middlefield, Connecticut. Be it known by all those present that on this day, Mrs. Lindsay Dahlheimer, Distinguished Board of Education member since 2021, is duly recognized and acknowledged for her dedication to the children and citizens of Regional School District 13. And whereas Lindsay, having served with honor, hereby concludes this challenge for the responsibility of educating our youth. Be it known by these words that her selfish efforts, positive manner, and enduring good sense will be long remembered by her peers, the towns of Middlefield and Durham, and indeed our children. And whereas Lindsay served this district as a Board of Education member for 4 years and its chairperson for 3 years, and her service will be remembered for the many accomplishments the board made during her term, highlighted by the adoption of the amendment to the Regional School District Plan, which authorized the development of a single pre-K to 5 elementary school at Memorial School, and provided for the closing and repurposing of Brewster and John Lyman schools, and securing the passage of our $78 million bond proposal. And whereas Lindsay, as chair, served on all district committees and established a highly dedicated and professional building committee to manage the design and construction of several district facilities, while also serving on the CAVE and ACES boards. And whereas Lindsay worked with our state legislators to secure the state school construction grant for the renovation and expansion of Memorial School, and led the hiring of our architect and construction manager, and safely implemented our temporary student spaces during construction. She also led the completion of the Wally Camp Athletic Complex with the construction of the field house, installation of lights, and replacement of the turf and track, while also paving Pickett Lane and establishing the curriculum development process. And whereas Lindsay has been a respected and dedicated leader, Board of Education, committed to all the students of the district. Therefore, be it resolved that we, the members of the Regional School District 13 Board of Education, on this 12th day of November, 2025, celebrate Lindsay Dahlheimer and encourage others to do the same, and join us in recognizing her, a leader who made an extraordinary difference, very extraordinary difference in the success of this school district and the advancement of its mission. All this is with our sincere gratitude for your years of unselfish service. By your actions, you have made the schools of the district better and ready to serve our students in all of their needs. Robert E. Moore, Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you.
Heck yeah, I am, baby. Who will?
Oh, we chat GPT that.
Oh, buckle up.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh. All right. Regional School District 13 Board of Education, Durham and Middlefield, Connecticut. Be it known to all those present that this date, Mr. John Manone, Distinguished Board of Education member since 2021, is duly recognized and acknowledged for his dedication to the children and citizens of Regional School District 13. And whereas John Manone, having served with honor, hereby concludes this challenge for the responsibility of educating our youth, be it known that by these words that he served with unwavering commitment to responsible governance, fiscal integrity, and enduring good sense, and he will be long remembered by his peers, the towns of Middlefield and Durham, and indeed our children. And whereas John played an integral role in the adoption of our long-range facilities plan, reducing the number of schools from 5 to 3, and the successful passage of the bond authorization for the renovation and expansion of Memorial School to the district's single pre-K to 5 elementary school, ensuring the improved learning environment for our youngest students. And whereas John served as an active member of both the policy committee and the building committee, bringing to each his pragmatism and insight to aid in the alignment of district policies with best practices and community priorities. Whereas John demonstrated his leadership and collaboration in transforming the Wally Camp Athletic Complex to a modern facility, including a field house, stadium lighting, and new turf and track, and drawing on his distinguished career as captain in the Meriden Police Department, brought invaluable expertise in matters of school safety, always prioritizing the well-being of students and staff. And whereas John will be remembered by his fellow board members as congenial and always constructive to the unity of decision-making by the board and committed to the needs and benefit of the district students. And therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the Regional School District 13 Board of Education, on this 12th day of November, 2025, extend our deepest gratitude and appreciation to John Manone for his dedication, integrity, and exemplary service to the students, staff, and communities of Durham and Middlefield. By your actions, you have brought change to the district that will be celebrated for years to come. Robert E. Moore, Chairman. And from the Tea Darcy.
To both of you, this last 4 years in this board, you brought about so much unity among the board. We worked so hard together and we've always had fun in doing it. And I never hesitated about worrying about coming to a meeting because we knew we were gonna be congenial, we were gonna get a lot done, we're solving problems. And I've enjoyed every minute of the board meetings with both of you here. And you'll be sorely missed by the rest of us.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, looking back 4 and 5 years ago, we were told that by people who have skin in the game with kids in the district to people empty nesters, they said, we know things have to change, just make a decision. There was frustration in the community because we were wishy-washy back and forth. Well, guess what? We were told it was going to be political 4 years ago. Oh no, it's political now. We have not mentioned a drop of politicization at all since that happened, even though it was supposed to be, since Durham was actually switched to the actual meeting format. I'm sorry, the real election format, even though it was on the books for 10 years, you were supposed to do that a long time ago. But I thank you for staying firm in your beliefs, principled, and we made the decision. We stuck with it no matter, we know it was discomfort, but I thank you for sticking your guns for sure.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
No, I know I can speak for John too, like the two of us are, you guys have become our family. And there's been, I don't know, countless meetings together.
Too long.
Should have had the cushions.
But we really value every single one of you at this table currently, and I'm really proud of the work that we've done, and I'm proud of the work you guys are going to do. We have a lot to do in the next couple of years and beyond that, and I have a lot of trust in you. I think you guys will be great.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah, you guys have great leadership now. I want to thank the principals, everybody that's here as well. Just a great group of people. You know, we have Dr. Leggett at the helm. I think you guys are gonna do a lot of great things. You got Kim, you got Kevin. You know, you guys just keep moving forward. You know, you don't need Lindsay and I or whoever on this board. Everybody working together is what it's all about. And you guys hit it on the head. You know, I don't think anyone came in here with an agenda. I think everyone just came in here knowing that we needed to get things done, and we did that. So, I'm just proud about that.
Yeah, it should be.
Enjoy yourselves, have fun, and I'm really pissed off about this.
Doctor, are you gonna be okay? They still wanna-
Well,
I will miss her the most, I will say.
He has a cushion for you, though.
yeah.
Yeah, we remember you, so it's all good.
Have an honorary cushion if you want to come with popcorn.
Yeah, just to say, there's 3 extra, John, just show up.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
The item E is to welcome new board members. The new board members are Mark Simmons and Nick Constantino. They were elected. Sydney and I are trying to have a meeting before the end of the month. Get them oriented, and then our new policy will send them to a board meeting within the next 90 days. There's one in Hartford in December, so hopefully they'll be able to attend it.
I
And it's
think
free.
it's December 9th.
Yeah, it's free. So it should be a good program for them to go.
And to congratulate Christine. Christine got back on with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was like,
Not
wait,
here.
aren't there 3? Yes, that's right.
Christine. Finally, Cape Board Leadership Recognition, you have.
I do. We were notified, congratulations, because the Regional School District 13 Board of Education is going to be recognized for board level 1 leadership in terms of school board work around the state of Connecticut. We are one of only, I think, 11 districts that received a level 1 award. So that will be presented at the CABE and CAPS joint conference on Friday, November 21st at 10:45 with the Commissioner of Education. So I did print this out. We can just pass it around if anybody wants to take a quick look at it. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are concerned about this board but we've really gotten a lot done. And when you look at other communities, the amount of work that we've got done in the last 3 or 4 years is incredible. Next is public comment. Anybody here? You sure? Anybody online?
We do have attendees online. I don't right now see any hands up for public comment.
If not, we'll catch you at the end.
Okay.
Next item is approval of the minutes from Board of Education, October 8th, 2025, which is a joint meeting with the building committee. Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second,
Any comments? I
it
think
was good to me.
it's like 10 pages long.
Very long.
We're working on summarizing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Superintendent's report. Dr. Leggett.
Thank you. Just a few things to highlight from my submitted report is that we wanted to congratulate Memorial School. We're very excited about that. I also wanted the board to know that, for the whole Connecticut accountability rating, we went from a 76 to an 80 for the 24-25 school year over all accountability factors together. So that's a really nice, that's a nice piece of improvement for us. And we can go into more detail probably through Student Achievement Committee about where we're seeing that, where we're seeing those metrics increase. I wanted to thank Hayden O'Sullivan and Carson Donalo, who's actually here with us tonight for a fantastic candidates night. I think that should be a regular program for the high school, is to make sure that we have our students running candidates night for school board. They did everything. They arranged the night. They did the invitations, wrote the invitations. They wrote the questions, selected everything, ran the night probably better than most of us. And it was extremely smooth. We finished it exactly 8 o'clock on the dot. It was just a really great experience. So thank you so
And
much
they made good
for
food
that.
too.
And then there was good food.
If I may.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys did an amazing job with that. The questions were relevant. You guys definitely kept everybody at the 2 minutes, which is difficult to do at times, but you guys did an amazing job with that. So kudos to you. And I told you that night. I think it's definitely something you need to continue to do. Hopefully you get more of a turnout because I think it was important. I think you guys had a lot of great topics. So kudos to you guys.
I can add, John, that your microphone was the most powerful because I can hear you. I really couldn't hear the others. I was sitting in the back. I couldn't hear. I tried.
That was 4 years ago getting yelled at here.
Yeah, that one.
I think the write-up for, what they did for the Talk and Shop,
Yeah, that's true.
news was really well written too, and it was very well done, so.
Yeah, I think the follow-up from Ray Johansson and I forgot who the co-author was, but that was a really well done piece as well. That a lot of work to get that out. So.
In addition, since we were talking about that CABE conference that's coming up, I'm excited to say that our own library media specialist, Jenny Lucier, will be presenting at the CABE conference on best practices in 21st century libraries. We're very proud of her for that, and I'll get to see that in person, so I'm really looking forward to that part of the conference. I also wanted to thank Mrs. Murray. For those of you who didn't have a chance to see the Student Achievement Committee, Mrs. Murray from Brewster, our principal there, showcase play-based learning and everything that it does for students and how it improves not just academic growth, but also executive function and everything about social emotional learning all at the same time. Her presentation was excellent, and I'll be sharing the whole presentation with the full board. You'll have the slideshow. And I know that she'd be open to any questions that you have about it, but she really did an excellent job.
It was great. She could have gone on for hours.
Yeah.
It was, you can tell how proud she
She's
is of the
passionate.
work that they're doing, and we really are a model for other districts who are coming in and watching what we're doing with play-based learning, so.
Yeah.
Kind of keep an eye on it and, keep having Ms. Murray come.
Yeah, the team from Brewster has been asked to present at Play-Based Learning in Hartford. And then there are other teams that are coming to visit to observe here. So we really are a leader in this area. Very important area. In addition, just in terms of educator learning, we had a fantastic professional learning day on November 4th. I want to thank Dr. Siegel for all of the puzzle pieces that had to be put together to make that day happen and to be so valuable. We did have the opportunity to really dive in with our ACES curriculum contract that day to start moving forward with everything that needs to be done in our stage 1 curriculum work this year. In terms of portrait of a graduate and strategic planning, I'll just be regularly reporting out on this. I wanted to let everybody know that I've done 5 focus groups so far in the community. There will be many, many more to come. So I don't want anybody to think that they're going to miss out, but they've been incredibly valuable and enlightening. And prior to Thanksgiving, we'll be putting out the strategic plan and portrait of a graduate survey to the entire community. Usually if we can get it out before Thanksgiving and have it close right before the Christmas holiday, then we can get a really good response rate in that time. Sometimes people have a little bit more time at home where they'll sit down and take a few minutes to complete the survey. And I promise we will not make it too long. In terms of restorative practices and core ethical values, this is our month of kindness. So I wanted to put a reminder out that if you haven't done Addie Buckite's kindness survey that we sent out in the beginning of the year, she's working very hard to make sure that she gets 500% participants. That's her goal this year for her project. And if you can help her out by being one of those 500, I will resend everybody the link so that you can be part of that. And it's a great month to focus on kindness. Everything else in my report will be part of the rest of the board meeting. But just 2 final things is that we've had some concerns over the fundraising policy, and what we've decided to do is we're going to hold an in-person meeting on November 19th to all of our partners that are our usual fundraisers throughout the district, athletics, PTOs, etc., so that we can go over the policy. Kim and I have worked hard on creating an FAQ about fundraising to help people understand what is acceptable, what's not acceptable, how we partner with these important partners in our community. So hopefully after that, we can alleviate some of the confusion that people are having and all move forward with consistent practices. And I do want to give you a board homework requirement. If you have not yet done your know before training for online safety and
What you looking at
security.
me for?
Oh, did I look in that direction?
763 days overdue.
But who's counting? It is a requirement, it's not just a requirement for our cybersecurity, which it is, because you all have school district email and Google and everything. It also like has an impact on our insurance.
Now, can I
Coverage,
submit
you know.
I do it every year.
You're not the only one.
No, I know.
Record.
Do it to your
So
district.
can I just submit completion or do I have to do hours? It's the same exact thing.
You have to do ours.
I think it's 15 minutes.
It's the principal thing.
So I guess the answer is you have to do ours.
Since Dr. Leggett asked, I would.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you are also somebody who's, you know, getting those daily reminders that you haven't yet done your training, I do want to put a little plug out there to make sure you do your homework. It's not often that it's not often the superintendent has to tell the board to do their homework, but you know, this is one of those times. Does that make up for the cushion?
Yes, it does. Well done.
And thank you very much. It's a busy November, but a great November.
Thank you. The chairman's update, I just wanted to say that well, first of all, I'd like to vote on the board, policies and
The goals and
the goals and objectives. I think they were part of the package. And, is there any other final question? They've been out for a couple months now. And I think we've gone through them a couple times, but if not, I'd like to have to approve the goals and objectives for the 25-26 school year.
Second.
Any other comments?
No, I think you did a good job encompassing what came out of the retreat
Yeah.
and things we've been working on, so I think it looks great.
It's quite a bit of work in there for the chairman, so,
Such is life, right? Pat?
yeah. So like a newsletter by January 1st, it's like my goal. You know, if I'm not the chair. So.
You're gonna try to keep that same format, or sending it out with a little postcard and the.
Yeah, I think that worked.
Yeah.
People did respond to the postcard. And they went and saw it, so it was good. Cheaper.
I've been getting good feedback about that in focus groups as well.
Yeah.
So people like being able to pick it up at the town hall and the library and getting the postcard to know that it's out there.
Yeah, as long as they're at all those public community centers too.
Mhm.
We did vote, right? Yeah.
We did a, we have a
All in
second.
favor? Yeah, we had a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Also like to thank Carson. Yeah, I think you guys did a wonderful job on the candidates night. We probably got to think if we had to do it every year, we're gonna have to do it with different. There won't be another election for 2 years in Durham now. Right, yeah. They can install one. So you're gonna have to get the sophomores ready to do it, okay? And we could do mock ones in between.
We'll have, Middlefield too, you can always do one. for
Yeah,
Middlefield.
Middlefield could be good. Middlefield will have one.
Mhm.
Also want to thank all of the seniors who participated in the mock interviews. I've been doing those mock interviews, I think, with Kevin and others for 6 years, maybe 7. And, the students are so prepared to go into those mock-ins. Some are nervous, but not too many. Some don't speak loud enough, which is, I can't complain about that. But they're prepared, they look like they're prepared, they act like they want a job. And I noticed a huge change over the 6 years. About 6 years ago, a lot of the students were interested in finance and making money. But the last couple, 3 years, education, healthcare, and engineering seem to be the goals for those headed to college. And a number of students are really looking at other professions, and a lot of them have their own ideas on how to build businesses and companies. But I think their training and the thing that Matt has done and others have done is really gonna help the students move forward.
And Bob, I just wanted to add, all three of my interviewees were exemplary. Outstanding,
Yeah,
did a great job, well prepared, answered the questions.
hard to believe, huh?
Yes, exemplary.
So. Anyway, I want to thank them for that. I also want to thank all the veterans programs we had. I only got to the Town Green and Brewster. The kids at Brewster did an amazing job for when you think of their age and what they accomplished. And I don't know how they get 200 little tiny people to do the things and be quiet and sit still and sing and talk. That's a feat that's unbelievable. And your child was there. They all did a great job. And again, the National Honor Society induction was wonderful. And I think that's about it.
I heard they
And,
all went really well.
huh?
I heard they all went really well, and it's interesting to see a lot of districts doing the same now.
Yeah.
You know, and just seeing across all the news and seeing districts really embrace bringing veterans in and celebrating them. I think it's really great.
I think Deb Murray said that she sent out those things and she gets a response back. I asked her if she could put some of those responses on her website. I think it would be interesting to see people recognize what's being done by the school district for the veterans and others, so.
Yeah.
Next item is from Director of Finance, Kim.
I have two pieces of business tonight. The first is really just to discuss again, the month of October, the budget. Like I do every month, we are 28.5% expended as we finish out October. And we are 97.5% of our budget has been encumbered. We have received 32% of our revenue. Most recently, about late October, not sure, I don't remember the exact day, but the budget allocations were sent to the towns that we do every year. And it was done based on the 5-year rolling average like we did the year before. And it was very minimal change. Durham actually did go down 0.19%. And Middlefield went up 0.19%. And that's based on what the allocation was for the previous 5 years, including the October 1st, 2025 enrollment data as well. That's it, 2025. Okay, and the second piece is just a recommendation for this board that we transfer over two funds, completed projects funds from the capital reserve into the general fund. The finished projects are the pump house, the fire pump, not the pump house, the firehouse for the sprinkler system, which for Cog and Strong, in the amount of $140,775.92. And the other was for the Picket Lane culvert, which is probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. That was completed, but we just had the final audit from the state. So that amount is $588,711.43.
I have a motion to approve the fund transfers.
I'll make the motion to approve the fund transfers of $148,775.92 and $588,711.43 to the general fund.
Have a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kim.
Discussion on that, hold on.
Huh?
Can we just discussion real
Discussion,
quick
yeah.
before we go?
Yeah.
So these projects were projects that the building committee had saved by not doing a lot of the work we could have done. We found other ways to save money to do that.
Correct, the fire pump was, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the building committee is really responsible for much of the savings. In addition, we got a grant for the culvert. But our careful analysis by our building committee looked at the fire systems for both schools. And we were able to save this amount of money by not having to build a separate pump station. And yet we got the same fire control that we needed for both things.
You truly are amazing, and they're just seeing that work that they did on those projects, seeing that come into Memorial and how they're really diving into every single dollar and figuring out where we can ask for savings or where we can make changes. We could not ask for a better building committee, and it's, you know, it's helped us tremendously, so.
They are looking at every dollar we spend. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, Kim. Randy, you were online?
She is right here with us.
Oh.
Speaking of building things.
Oh.
So I'd like to introduce Angela Cahill, who is our owner's project manager for the Memorial Project, and she'll be with us regularly at board meetings to just give us a quick update on where we are with the project.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Angela. Yeah, you want a cushion?
That's awesome.
You can have mine.
I won't take too much time. Good
Thank you.
evening, Mr. Chair, board members. It's an honor to be here with you tonight. And those people online as well. Thank you. Angela Cahill, I'm a project executive with STB. We were brought on recently to function as the owner's project manager for your Memorial School building project. I like to tell people that a design and construction project has a very strong triangular contractual relationship with the owner at the top of the triangle, the design team, and the builder as the other two legs. So we function at the top of the triangle with you. We're your representatives, we're your eyes and ears, hopefully your expertise for the project. And we have no bias other than working for you and your interests and the interests of your community. The primary team members that STB you'll be interfacing with is myself and Marnie Liska. I am a licensed architect throughout New England, and I'm celebrating my 30th year of working on public school projects in Connecticut. And I've been functioning as an owner's project rep for STB rather than the architectural practice side. Marnie is a construction professional. Her background was working for construction companies for half of her career, and then she too transitioned to owner's project management. So you'll see either myself or Marnie at these meetings giving the updates. We're just on board, you know, there's no format to this. So what I've handed out to you is just we're just still getting up to speed. If you'd like our future reports to be in a certain format or contain certain data or details, please let me know and we'll format that appropriately going forward. STB as a firm carries more than just owners of project management expertise. We actually do have design, full architectural and engineering services in-house. And a lot of times Marnie and myself will draw on those expertise if we need to. If there's questions about the design team or the construction of the project. We also have cost estimators, professional schedulers, sustainability professionals, and a lot of resources nationwide that we often utilize when questions may come up about things in the design phase or even during construction phase. So we're very happy to bring all that to you and your community. As far as the scope of work and what we've been retained for is to attend all your building committee meetings, both during pre-construction and during construction as well, monitor and offer advice on the progress from the architecture team, their full team, as well as the construction management team, and then also facilitate your obligations. So when you serve as the owner in a design and construction project, there is a lot of obligation that you have in your contract. You have to review all the drawings and review all the paperwork and provide authorizations. And so we're there for you to help facilitate that and answer any questions that you might have. I will say the team that you have in place is very impressive and your building committee is quite large and very knowledgeable. So it makes our life a little bit easier because there's a lot of people that know what they're doing. We also facilitate the interface with the grants management. So I serve on the School Building Project Advisory Council. I'm the only OPM on that, governor appointed position. And we interface directly with OGA, the Office of Grants Administration for School Building Projects. So hopefully that'll
help facilitate all the paperwork that has to run through, Dr. Leggett and Kim's office in terms of reporting to the state as the project progresses. And then we will be maintaining all those records ultimately for smooth closeout and audit process to get you your final reimbursement. And then during construction, things will come up where there'll be difference of opinion about changes that may need to happen and so forth. So again, we function on your behalf to help facilitate those conversations and make the construction phase hopefully go smoothly. All of these functions of an owner's project rep are really meant to be risk management, right? So bringing up things that may become an issue later so that hopefully we have the minimal issues throughout the project and stay on budget and on schedule. So far, in just about a month's work, we've attended the building committee meetings and also a lot of targeted meetings, specific topics, value engineering, the mechanical design, the roof design, schedule, budget, and some of our meetings are just simply with the school administration and the building committee chair, and then many of the meetings are with the full team. So building that rapport and that collaborative style, that's how we operate, is in a collaborative style. And really just, again, still getting to know all the ins and outs of the project, but hopefully providing some value to you already. The project, as far as schedule update, and the main thing we would like to update you on at your Board of Ed meetings is schedule and budget. So as far as schedule update, as you know, there's five main phases or five total phases for the project. The first phase is the swing space phase. We're not really involved with that. That was well underway when we were brought on board. So it seems to be running the way it needs to, and our scope really doesn't need to dwindle on that. But the main two pushes right now are phases 2 and 3. So phase 2 is demolition and hazmat within the existing Memorial School projects. And phase 3 is the largest, which is your construction project. So those are underway. And the big push there is to get those design drawings completed and have them approved locally and sent to the state and have the state review them so we can get out to bid. And those will be 2 separate bids accordingly, phase 2 and phase 3. So that largest phase 3 design development drawings were completed. They were reviewed by the building committee. Particular questions have come up. The cost estimate for those drawings was completed as well and presented to the building committee. And those were all approved, and the design team is moving forward with the construction document phase, the last phase of their drawings, getting into the detailed drawings now. The architect team, QA&M, has been through their second round of meetings with the school stakeholders, presenting to them in more detail about the designs, and integrating that feedback into the construction documents. Starting the local approval process, the planning and zoning application was submitted a number of weeks ago, and already we have feedback from them. One of the regularly scheduled meetings was canceled, but fortunately, because we have the feedback and there's dialogue back and forth with the design team, we are hopeful that the special meeting that they have scheduled for us on the 24th will actually be a single meeting where we'll be able to get approval. That's our hope. Other state approvals are ongoing as well. ASTA, the traffic approval, is being submitted shortly, and well and septic approvals are already into the state as well. Recently, the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, MEP drawings, the meeting was held to review those in detail, which included specific building committee members with that expertise, as well as your facilities staff. And that was very well received, that design. And then also notably at a recent building committee meeting, interior design materials and palette were reviewed and accepted by the building committee meeting. And I will say, although you haven't locked into your exact mascot and name for the new school, the palette and materials that the design team have chosen are based around your current red tones, but we feel they're open enough that it doesn't lock you into that, so it'll work well. Also, I think it's notable that we have locked into what's called our plan completion reviews. So you know, once we have local approvals, which is key to have your local building official, fire marshal, health official and ADA coordinator approve the documents. And then we sit with the state for these plan completion tests. And both of the phase 2 and phase 3 tests are scheduled and on the calendar, which is a great milestone. And then just phase 2 being a smaller phase, those drawings were submitted to the town, so those are in their hands to review and approve, and we either QAM or our office will reach out to hopefully have a special combined meeting, building committee and board of ed the week of December 1st, so that we can get the signatures, you know, once we have the approvals from the local officials. We need those signatures that week so we can have our completion test on phase 2, which is scheduled for December 10th. Budget, we are on budget. For those of you that know construction projects, there's always a little bit of give and take as we were moving through the design process. So the building committee was very impressed with the collaborative nature of the meetings between the design team and the construction manager to come up with some value management options so that we have some cushion. It's a very conservative budget. But if bids come in well, we have some add alternates that we'll be able to add back into the project. I will say the most notable change that we felt we should report to you is about the roof design. So the roof design has been changed with approval of the building committee for cost considerations, but also because you have an existing roof system on the building with a certain manufacturer that's a preferred and very high quality roof that your facilities department feels is important. And we wanted to present a design that will both adhere to your preferred district roof type and be cost conscious. So whereas there was a barrel vault roof on top of the new gym structure and a pitched roof on top of the new academic wing structure, those are being changed to flat roofs. However, all the pitched roofs, standing seam roofs that you have on the existing building will remain, and those are over the cafeteria, the main administration wing, and the 2 academic wings. So you'll still have, you know, won't be completely flat roof building, but we felt that that was a great cost savings as well as gives you the quality of the roof that you want, and doesn't impact your academics at all. We always want to be careful with value engineering, not impacting your teaching and learning. So with that, if there's any questions, I'll try to answer. Again, we're still getting up to speed with stuff, so don't go too far back in time for me.
I think you just summarized the past 2 years of our building. I think you did a really good job with that.
Thank you.
So, I appreciate you getting yourself up to speed, and probably one of the things I'll miss the most is the building committee. So it's definitely nice to see, and I definitely would like to make sure that we get this knocked out, picked out pretty quickly.
It's part of the survey that's going on to get some feedback from the communities.
So that would give us a better.
I think Sydney's hope was to get that finalized for by the Thanksgiving or the Christmas.
But thank you. Nice.
You're welcome.
You know, you can still come to the building committee.
The value, you go over the value management that we went over at the building committee. Are you comfortable with that?
We actually did have a pretty lengthy value management meeting where we went through all of them one by one, and you know, the construction management team comes with suggestions, and then the architect team, you know, tells us whether that's feasible, you know, is that a good choice, or is that a critical choice? Will that affect teaching and learning or space needs and so forth? So I did not bring that log here to this particular meeting. It looks like you've got it there. But I felt like there was really good resolution of that meeting. And again, it's a fluid decision. What the construction manager does is, you know, keep some of the ones that are sort of question marks in the bucket of things that we can put in the bids for the bidders as alternates. It was great. We went through every single one of those value management and really talked about each and every one of them. There was really a thorough process through that, and it was nice at the end of the meeting. We really came to realize that there were some add alternates that can go back in, but it wasn't anything that was going to affect teachers.
So it's sort of contingencies, like if we need to, we can do this without compromising quality.
Yeah.
I was able to attend that meeting. You may not know. There was some concern with getting applications moving forward. Was it the town of Middlefield? You know, anything more on there? I'm not
Yeah.
We certainly don't have time to drag feet for anything.
It's moving forward. So, as with smaller districts, the capacity for your authorities having jurisdiction to review this type of magnitude of a project is daunting. And it's really not uncommon to have what's called a third-party reviewer brought into the mix. It's a hired independent code consultant that will review the documents on behalf of the building official and fire marshal, health official, and ADA coordinator, all four. The local officials still have to be the signatures. They have to be the ones accepting it, but it really is someone doing that homework for them. There's a certain prescribed method that those reviewers have to use. There's a certain form they have to use so that the local officials can understand what's been reviewed and any questions that came up, things that maybe, the reviewer thinks the local officials should take a look at. So QA&M was actually given names of reviewers by your local officials, and QAM and our office also have other names. I've heard actually earlier today that the local officials here in Middlefield are working collaboratively with QAM to get quotes from those independent officials, so those guys can start the third party official doing that work. Yeah. And they're pretty quick. And I don't know if that's just for phase 3 or both 2 and 3. Again, the phase 2 package for demo and hazmat's fairly small. So
There was also some concern about some trees that the Middlefield tree warden did kind of deem as nuisance trees and need to come down.
right.
And they expressed a need to have something written by the tree warden. That's not the thing that, in the event something happens and they say, what, you took these trees down, we didn't know. The tree warden had his professional opinion. It
Right.
needs to be documented as well, so people have, a basis to go by of why it was decided to remove these trees or when that happens.
Yeah, it
'Cause
really,
that could be an issue with some.
yeah.
Well, there was also I don't know if it was a rumor or whatever, there was a feeling or thought going around that those trees were original charter oak trees, which would have been one of the concerns, and they are not. So, we have them evaluated and they're not. And in addition, all the nuisance factors, it's just gonna be much better for the project if we remove those, which is the plan.
I think that is the most important thing. I know we've said that building is making sure that we're very, very, very communicative with the town and letting them know that this is what holds this up and this is the ramifications if we don't get certain things done in that timeframe. Like you said, it's hard for smaller towns to do those things, but we really need to make sure that's communicated that. And I know the third party will help when that comes in too.
Sure, absolutely.
That seems to be where we've had some, especially issues within the swing space, getting some of those approvals or local approvals, and they've got a huge firehouse project that they're working on,
Right.
so it's going to be difficult to get people. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, and I believe that building permit fee, which is typically waived, has been discussed as perhaps assisting with the
It
additional
hasn't been
staffing
waived at
that
this time.
Yeah.
It won't be.
Huh?
It won't be.
No,
It won't be.
I think it's going to,
The third party reviews.
yeah.
Was there a discussion on the tree in the courtyard that was gonna be in the middle of the school?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pull
Those are the
that.
ones.
Right.
They're compromised anyways, they're not healthy.
Tree warden said that the one that would have been in the courtyard was at one point, he believes, struck by lightning. Yeah.
But to your point, it's important. So as that owner's triangle, when you're working on a school building project, the term owner means a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean just the building committee or the superintendent. It means your entire school district, teachers, students, your community. It means the state, it means the towns, and all those officials, and sometimes the federal. And so, fortunately, we don't have any federal agencies we need to work with on this one, but yeah, the term owner is quite large, and all of those individuals need to be on board and helping and timely with their responsibilities so that we don't have a major lapse in schedule.
There was some concern about some of the teachers about sinks in their room, and we were able to make sure we kept that.
They're staying.
Yeah,
So-
correct. It was, we were thinking it was going to be a large cost savings. So again, that idea coming from the construction manager, they really just look everywhere they can to help mitigate that. But if those activities that are happening in those classrooms require that function, then especially I know pre-K is certified by a different organization, and
you need certain accommodations, so.
It was really the sinks upstairs and people were, one concerned about just supervision and going to the bathroom to wash hands all the time in the elementary classrooms, but a bigger concern came in, science curriculum. So if you really want a strong science curriculum, you need to have sink in your classroom. So the sinks are staying in the other area, that we kept, just kid wise, was we kept the additional better soundproofing in the cafeteria.
Can't compromise the soundproofing.
No.
There's also quite a bit of a discussion about saving the mosaics that have been built in the school and they
Yeah.
would be stored and replaced in
Yes.
appropriate places.
Yeah, there's 4, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
those have been.
First
came
room
out
and
of,
memorial, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of mosaics that will be preserved and moved.
the kids, and we said at a building committee, but they'll be really happy. There was a lot of work in that one, especially with one memorial, so.
thank you. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
See you,
Thank you.
Thank
you for
having me. It'll be either me and Marnie at the meeting.
And I'm thinking during the winter months, during, dicey travel online would probably be fine for presentation. We can pull you right up here on
Yeah.
the screen.
Thank you. We'll keep that in mind.
We appreciate the reports.
You'll be actually larger.
Yeah. We have to screen. Well, personally, I like the projects where I get to know the local restaurants. So make sure you give me your tips.
All right.
We have restaurants? Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sure that it's gonna be a big help to Kim.
Kim is very happy.
Yeah.
Yes, Kim shouldered a lot of weight and she just talked about how many different agencies that the owners rep really works with, and Kim has been shouldering the weight of that, so.
Yeah. Item 10 is the board communications. I've only really had 2. One is, well, actually from Amanda Betty, concern financing, fundraising, and also social media and Facebook activities, which I've replied to both. And Sydney's replied to the other. Any other board communications or professional development?
Just the Cape Caps conventions coming up, moderating a few of the different sections of that weekend, so.
Yeah,
I know Bob's coming with me.
Lindsay and I and Sydney are all going to this next Friday.
I'll be there
Better.
Thursday for the delegate assembly and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'll be presenting, stop on by.
I'm so excited.
You're presenting as well?
Yeah.
On Saturday?
Oh, God help me now, Friday.
Yeah, it's right. I think I have your
That
section.
that is the same. Do we have the agenda?
The agenda, did
Yeah.
just come out.
Yeah, they just get brought up. I think we got a link to it, but.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. All right, some new business. The first one is about to accept Merwin Fund grants. The Merwin Fund was established by a guy named Charles B. Merwin about 100 years ago. He created a fund for the Coggeshall School, it was called, which is coincidental. But anyway, he had put aside a bunch of money and the money has grown over years. And there's 3 trustees that work together to try to give this money to the school for various supportive reasons. And this year so far, they're not done yet, but they've given 2 grants out, one for $2,000 to district, a proposal by Sydney. You want to talk about it?
Sure. I wrote a grant proposal on behalf of the district to have a PR expert work with the social media club at the high school and they'll have a faculty advisor for that. So they half the money will go to the PR expert, half the money will go to the faculty advisor. But the idea is that they will both work with that group of students and anybody else who wants to be part of it to develop a social media presence plan for the district. So it'll be looking about how the district will choose platforms, how we will post, how often we will post, what the guidelines will be. And at the end, there'll be education from the kids to anybody who becomes an official poster for the district. And then they will also come and do a board presentation for all of you so they can go over the social media plan that they've developed. So I think it'll be great to get a better social media presence for the district out there. And I also think it's great that it's gonna be coming from kids.
So that was for $2,000. The other one was for $2,500 to Erica Fisher and part of her gang. And that was really for what she called a library of things. It kind of led off the carnival and trying to put together the information and equipment and other things in the library which kids can use to do projects, to have social activities and a range of things. And so that was for $2,500, and most of that stuff will probably be from over there at some time, but be used by all the students. So we need a vote to accept the grants. Have a motion to accept them.
Motion to accept.
The second.
I'll second.
Any other comments or concerns?
You know, it's always Erica, always finding ways for these kids to be engaged and find new ways. I'm very proud of her.
And one of the, I'd be happy to, make sure that other proposals can come forward. There's no time limit or anything. If they find something that's really important, they'll see if we can get it funded.
And they can reach out to Sydney.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Yes. Next is the item to vote to accept the proposed 2026 Board of Education and Committee meeting schedule. I have a motion to accept it.
So moved.
Second,
A second.
are there any questions on it? It's quite long.
You have a chance to send it out to the new members, so they're aware.
And yeah, we'll do that at orientation.
Okay.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
The next is to vote to accept community committee appointments. We did ask for volunteers to come out. We had 20 emails from people who had filled out the form who were interested in working on a committee as a volunteer. And I went through with them all, and the process is that I get to pick them and you guys get to vote on the ones that I picked. And like the biggest authority that I have. But so the first one was, we needed one person on the building committee and needed a replacement of Nick Fiala. We needed to have a Durham person because it was, there's 3 from Middlefield and only 2 from Durham, so we went through the list and I've recommended Phil Dwyer. He's a higher ed professional and former collegiate athletics administrator. He has experience in facilities. He's a son at Brewster and a daughter pre-K. He's also worked 10 years as a collegiate athletic administrator at UConn, 10+ years in higher ed, as a faculty member and current associate director of UConn Digital Media and Design Academic Department. So I looked at him, I recommended him. So that he'd be a Durham member on the building committee. Also,
I want to vote on them separately.
we can, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve Phil Dwyer for the building committee.
A second.
Second.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
The other one is Charlie Dallas. We haven't had a student volunteer in quite some time. And Charlie asked a volunteer to be on the building committee. He would not be a voting member, but he'll be an advisor member. And he is asked to be on it, and I think Charlie would be, he's already attended one building committee meeting. And I think Charlie would be a great addition to have a student part of that, and maybe attract more students to participate. So we're gonna vote to accept Charlie Dallas as on the building committee.
Motion to accept Charlie Dallas. on the
A
building
second.
committee.
Second. Any comments?
Great
Well,
pick.
Huh?
Great picks.
Yeah, all in favor, well, you asked for.
Aye.
Right?
Aye.
On student achievement, we had quite a few people that are interested. recommended, Kristen Allen. Kristen Allen was a former teacher here. We'll see in dyslexic work and other, special ed. She currently is, working for the Connecticut State Department of Education. She's very really involved in the assessments and the criteria. She's doing a lot of the work on the score stuff, so she's familiar with what student achievement is all about. And so I recommend her as one, and the one from Durham. We try to get one from each community. We only have provisions for 2 people. So Kristen would be a Durham member and a parent. And the other one is Maureen Hamilton from Middlefield, who was also a former teacher, and she did a lot of work with talented and gifted and writer work throughout the district. And she's had many, many years of working together with, and often attends many of the student achievement events already. She has also a master's degree in curriculum and instruction from St. Joseph's, and certificate of talented and gifted gift education from UConn. So I think she would be a greatest addition to our student achievement committee, and I would like to get a vote to recommend both of them.
And Maureen's performance during COVID with online learning was really stellar. I'm talking about my kids, but my daughter, Kate, simply states she was the best ever.
She would be a Middlefield person and a community member. She has some of our children in the system.
Motion to approve, Kristen Allen and Maureen Hamilton for the student achievement.
Second,
Well, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And the other one was a district school climate. Again, we're looking for a community member and a parent. From Middlefield, I'm recommending Peter Larson, was former teacher. And, he used to teach, substitute teach at Coggeshall. He's, has interest, and I know that Deb and, suggested that he'd be a great addition to it. He would be a community member from Middlefield. And the other one would be Jennifer Almodovar.
I'm sure.
I know, she was here.
I was sitting right next to her.
She was just here. Every time I look at that name, Almodovar.
You got it, I'm a Nova.
And again, she was a nurse here, and so I recommended that her from Middlefield, and also a parent with their son right here.
Which committees are we talking about now?
It's the district school climate story. It's the district wide one. And so we also had another 4 or 5 volunteers for the school climate committee, but the principal gets to select those, not the board, so they don't need our approval. So we just need a vote to accept those 2 to be the district climate.
Motion to approve Jennifer Almodovar and Peter Larson to the district climate committee.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I think it's gonna be interesting to have a lot of more community members sitting on some of these committees. They will bring something, they don't vote, but most of the committees don't, except for building, don't have votes. So anyway, hopefully it will work out great.
There's just one more, that the union gets to appoint a teacher to the school climate committee, so the union chooses somebody to move forward. So the union is moving forward Mr. Peter Finch, who is a new math teacher at Coggeshall Regional High School.
And a parent.
In the parent.
We don't have to vote on
You
that.
don't, because the union appoints. I did want to bring up tonight a concern that we wanted the support staff union to put somebody forward, and there's a general concern coming from the support staff that they are concerned that being on these committees means that they're going to be put on Facebook and potentially targeted because they're recorded, and it's a shame that I did want to say that, and I hope that that changes. I hope that we can get the support staff voice on there. But it's a shame that, that some of the social media things are actually directly affecting our ability to create good, healthy, balanced committees.
It is.
They're not wrong.
No, I know, it's hard to blame them, right? But we'll keep working on this and we will hope that we can bring those new voices in.
Might be a good action item for the district climate committee.
Yes. The next item is, thank you very much. The next item is the possible dates for joint board of education and select meeting. We're thinking sometime in December. Anybody have any specific dates that are good or bad?
I am at a conference the first week in December, so any day that week, not good for me.
Our board meeting is the 10th, I think, so it might be good.
Yeah, the 24th would be great.
It might be good to start there, on the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be here as far as I know for the
Yeah.
10th.
That might be a good place to start as for a date, and I'm pretty much free after that. Maybe,
You can select maybe a couple and then send it out to the other
Yeah.
three, because we'll go on.
we have to get the boards of selectmen to agree as well, so.
Yeah.
Maybe the following one is building committee process, sorry.
17th,
Policy and building.
policy and building committee
That could be done after.
on the 17th. Yeah, that'll be late, so.
Well,
If you want to stick to a
we have
Wednesday.
We have cushions.
Selectmen don't usually meet till 7 anyway. They generally don't,
Yeah.
I think 6:37.
Building
Are
committee.
you gonna try to host them, or is Board of Selectmen hosting them? You, we are,
We're
the
gonna
district,
host
our district is, okay.
I would say the 17th, given those two dates and see what,
So the 10th, it would have to be, Kim, do you know if we have something before the board meeting on the 10th?
We do not, so 5 o'clock would be okay.
5 o'clock on the
Yeah.
10th. And then it would be,
after the
6
building
o'clock.
committee.
Building committee shows it.
Yeah, except the building committee sometimes goes long.
Hmm.
We could make sure that we're done by 6 then. Okay, so
We
6
just like
o'clock
to
on the
keep it under an
17th
hour.
and 5 o'clock on the 10th.
Yeah.
Do you want to give any other, do you want to start with those two
Yeah.
and see if they work?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you want to reach out to them or do you want to?
Thank you.
sure.
Me, okay,
And I'll have Meg send letters to the people who just picked.
the committees.
Yeah. I don't have all I have is your email address,
Okay.
so.
You want to send an email out since we had a meeting tonight?
Mhm. And do you want to email them or do you want me to?
I'll do it.
Okay.
If you can write the letters, I'll come in to
You
sign
can
them.
do the email?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll just do it. You can send it out with letterhead.
Mhm.
Yeah, why don't she write it? I'll come in and.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do it.
I could backpedal a little bit to the committee volunteers from the community. Are they gonna be included on the emails notifying when we have the dates? Because sometimes we cancel certain meetings.
Yeah, they'll be
They
in
need to
the
know.
system.
Yeah, it'll be just
There'll
like
be
we do
groups.
with finance and building committee now.
So a list will be
Mm-hmm.
composed for each committee.
Good suggestion is to stick with what we've done with building committee and finances, have them make a separate Gmail account.
Mhm.
That says, I think it's like RSD 13 committee,
Mhm.
so that there's one section area, so it's not in your personal accounts.
Any other comments? Thanks, and number E, first read of a variety of new policies. The first one was 6140, number of changes in curriculum. Added some language about the rigorous efforts. It also added development, curriculum development would follow the curriculum handbook. And the board supported dynamic continuous development curriculum. And I think the library there will make sure this will get followed. So this is the first read of this. Any questions? If not, we'll move on. The second is graduation requirements. The state changed the graduation requirements from 26 to 25 credits. There's in a handout, there's the list of what those credits should be. We've had the student achievement went over this for quite some time and have recommended it. So I don't have any questions on it.
That one that added a 0.5 and E. Would that stay the same?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Did the E credit stay the same? on it?
Yeah.
It stayed the same, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 0.5 award for
Okay.
participation in the athletic team.
Oh, it gives credit for being in our participation or.
Yeah, I guess. They have to take 0.25 credits per year in phys ed and health. So they get, after 4 years, it's one of their credits.
You came in? You need to get out of here or something?
Right, and that'd be the first read, everybody's all set.
Yep.
Yep.
The next is orientation of the board members. We did add, number 5, the incoming member shall, instead of may, attend at district expense workshops for newly elected members. As approved by the Board of Ed, proof of attendance will be submitted to the board chairman within 90 days of a new member's first board meeting. So that was a new policy, would be the first read on that.
And that follows the state statute, which is requiring.
Yeah.
It's non-enforceable, but it does require board members to do professional development.
Right. So this is a good addition, I think, to have everybody go through some training. The next is school volunteers, student interns and others. This basically was a new provision, setting up a lot of requirements for people working in the school, depending on who they're working with and what if they're working independent or with other teachers. The first one, the volunteers, has to go through the right procedures. If they're working, depending on where they're working, they may have to go through DCF and other requirements to make sure that they meet. And there's a definition of 2 volunteers. Group 1 volunteers are the ones that work with an instructor, and group 2 are working alone, like if they were on a field trip or other things where they work independent. Even stuff like our education, our outdoor education and all those things, they need to go through a variety of other testing, including the check and volunteer status of same as a teacher.
And that's one-to-one work with
That's
children. So.
anytime we have a volunteer who is alone with kids without an employee supervision, they need to be background checked.
So you could still have, I know, because we talked about a little bit of policy, field trips where multiple parents are supervising one group. That's different than one person supervising one-to-one.
If they can't be alone with a group either, right? So if they are chaperoning on a field trip and we love it, and they're paired up with an employee, that's fine. They don't have to go through the background check. But if they're on a field trip where that adult might be taking a group off on their own, they need to be background checked. So anytime where they're not with employee supervision, where they're going through the criminal history check.
And on visitors, in this, due to security concerns, we're asking visitors to basically make plans to attend schools and get ahead of time, get a day ahead of time to come in. There's a number of other requirements that went to the Department of Education for visitors. There's a provision in there that if any ICE agents come in or other federal enforcement, they have to follow state procedure on dealing with it from the State Board of Education. So those are the new first reads. Is there any questions? So move please for a vote for next meeting. Again, the next item is the second read of the following policies. Is there any question on any of them? I can go over them, but I think we've been through them. They're pretty straightforward. One is the Board of Ethics, Code of Ethics, added some requirements. Committees and committee structure, committee participation, community member participation is what we went through tonight. Just codifies it differently. Restorative practices new from shipment. Time and place of meetings, all we did was eliminate the time at the board meeting and just say it could be done at the meeting. And we had a lot of information on the use of private technology by students. It said we can't use the phone while in instructional air times. And also that our IT department can follow whatever they're doing online, so those are the second read for a motion to accept them all for those policies.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns? All in favor of adopting all 6 of those policies, please say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thanks. I also know there was kind of a push heavy policy right now, and it won't be like that forever, but these are the ones we really needed. They rose to the top. Just to give you a little sneak peek of policies that are coming is that we need to do some of the community partnership and affiliation policies. And then by law, we need to do 3 new library policies that Jenny Lucier and I are already working on. So those will be the ones that you'll see, but it'll be a lighter load, I promise.
Well, we've been used to it. I think 4 years going over every policy. We've been used to a heavy load on that one.
Yeah, spend a lot of time on policy.
We need to tell the legislature to slow their roll.
And we'll miss you on policy.
Good luck with that.
Now it's for committee reports. Again, this is mostly me except for Lucy. Billy Committee and Board of Ed special joint meeting. We already approved the minutes for that. It was a long meeting. We went through the 3D pictures of the school. Most of us were here. We did spend a lot of time talking about the cafeteria and the colors and a few other things and making sure the outside was going to be compatible and enough parking. We really went through it in much detail. The policy committee, we went over the policies we just adopted. There was basically that was it. They're pretty much, that was the discussion about each one of those. The building committee on October 15th. That one we spent quite a bit of time on what you heard tonight, making sure we had the right roof, making sure we save some money on a variety of things. And we focused quite a bit on the swing space. The punch list basically was done. There was a couple items left which have now been taken care of. We changed the tried to have a curtain go in for the gym and strong school. Wouldn't fit because of the roof design, so there's going to be a portable one that was Eric is pursuing. I don't know if he's found it yet, but the other thing we talked about the tree. We talked about the mechanical and electrical stuff. One of the things we heard last week was they're ready to put in the bid for the generator and all of the switch gear, which takes about a year to year and a half to get. So it needs to be done really quickly. So that'd be one of the first major items. And I think we did report that we issued the $20 million bond anticipation note was issued, and we were ready to pay bills with it. We also paid a number of bills. And that's about it for the 15th. They also approved the schedule that they meet the 1st and 15th of every month unless there's no need for the 15th. But they're meeting on the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of every month. You're on.
As Dr. Leggett said in her report, the principal Deb Murray presented slides of the play-based learning. The presentation was extremely insightful. I was wondering, when you said you're gonna send the link, is it something that could probably be embedded in the minutes of the discussion on the Student Achievement Committee meeting?
Yeah, we can work on that. I think we can maybe
Just
link
kind of
this.
stick it in there.
The thing with linking the presentation is we'd have to put it on our website, right? To be able to link it.
No, you can, just share it with, everybody can view option.
Drive link.
And it could be with anyone with the link and,
Well,
yeah.
It'll be available anyway. And I would suggest there were some, we saw a couple of the different play-based activities. But then there were quite several more that we did not click into. I suggest you do that because they're really, really quite interesting. So we were also encouraged to visit Brewster to observe any play-based learning in action, but of course you need to let them know before you go. But I think you're going to find it quite interesting. There was an update on the district's multi-language learner program. There are now 23 students in the program and the teacher travels to 4 different schools. So therefore, in the future, an assistant may be needed. Committee examined the high school new program request, which Dr. Leggett also referred to. We looked at the program request and the scope and sequence for Spanish through cultural cooking. It'll be a 0.5 credit elective course, will not count towards language requirements for graduation. Lengthy discussion ensued in an effort to determine the exact placement of this course in the course schedule, and that's still an ongoing discussion. This course will not be offered until the fall of 2026, and the rest of the curriculum will be developed in the meantime, and then presented to the Student Achievement Committee and then to the full board for approval. Student baseline data is being compiled, and the district accountability score, which Dr. Leggett also mentioned, has improved. And our next student achievement meeting is in February.
Wow.
And February, imagine at that point, we'll be looking at that data, that baseline data.
That's it.
I know, what? I was
She
chiming
finished.
you. It's only like a minute and a half.
I know.
She's waiting for praise. She knows it.
Well, it has to
Well
fit
done.
Here.
Hold on.
It might be a 7-point font, but she made it in there.
Oh, there's a new template.
Finally got a cushion. We're gonna be able to get it.
I never make the font smaller. Never got to that point.
Thank you, Lucy.
It was a little more of a succinct meeting. I think that's why.
It was amazing. I know I said it before, but it's the most to be incredibly proud of because it's not an easy.
Was the play-based.
There's some plants in there. I think they've got a grocery
We
store.
could watch for longer, but half an hour went by and we were still watching it, so.
I read an article some time ago about preschool. Obviously, they always do play-based learning, but they track students who, were very immersed in that in preschool and where they are today, 20 years later. And there's a marked difference.
Yeah.
The kids that had that experience and certainly were able to provide that at a greater level. It's awesome.
Really a decision making.
It's a lot more complex than it actually
Yeah.
sounds, play-based.
And seeing them be able to make these decisions on what they're doing and what activity they're moving towards and seeing how orderly it is and just from last year, watching the whole grocery store initiative they did, it was amazing.
When we were watching the communication video, I really wasn't kidding, watching the kids it was a first grade doing communication, play-based learning. I was honestly on the edge of my seat, like waiting to see it, like how it all came out. It was
the blocks?
amazing. Yeah, the blocks, the block instruction.
Yeah.
In many ways, we hear all about the vision of a graduate and portrait of a graduate. A lot of those nuances in there are really included in this, the problem solving and the collaboration, everything that we always talk about. And you can start that at a very early age like that. I can see nothing but good coming from that.
Amazing amount of impulse control being taught with play is phenomenal.
All right. Thank you. The building committee on November fifth, actually Angela covered it precisely what we did. So, thank you. Item 13, public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Any online?
We have 10 people online. I don't see any hands raised.
Does Chris count?
I'll use that.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, John. All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
That's gonna be recorded.
Finally got it.